If you're concerned about the current market crisis and the potential for another financial crisis in America, please pay attention. What you're about to see is an exclusive interview and urgent warning from one of the most connected men in the U.S. financial system. He'll explain how the next crisis will soon play out, what radical moves the government will make, and most important, the critical steps you must take now to protect yourself and your family.
Hi, I'm Ron Paul. 1 year ago, I released an urgent warning about the U.S. financial system. In it, I railed against the Federal Reserve and warned Americans to prepare for an imminent stock market crash. The video was released online and viewed over 1 million times in more than 100 countries by concerned citizens and investors. But there was one thing I didn't expect. I was ridiculed by the media. The New York Times economist Paul Krugman, for one, called me a crotchety crank who probably believes his own nonsense. CNN questioned whether or not my dire message would hurt my son's presidential run. And the Wall Street Journal said it was a high-profile reminder of how far Dr. Paul's views are from those of mainstream economists. Well, I don't care what the media says, because the fact is, I was right to be concerned. The stock market lost more than $1 trillion in the first few weeks of 2016 alone. Corporate bonds collapsed, oil prices plummeted, the national debt increased $325 billion. Corporate debt has risen higher than at any time in the past 12 years. And most disturbing of all, civil unrest is now at a higher level than it had been in years. And that brings us to today, because I predict it's all about to get a lot worse. In short, I'm stepping forward today to share a prediction you won't hear about from the government or the mainstream media. If it gets me ridiculed again, so be it. You see, I spent 22 years in Congress, and during that time, I got a lot of criticism for the warnings I made. Like the time I went before the House of Representatives on April 24, 2002, and predicted the rise of fundamentalist Muslims. That same day, I predicted a major economic downturn would decimate U.S. government finances. Mind you, this was 6 years before the crash of 2008. I also predicted a huge rise in the price of gold, massive credit expansion, class warfare, and the list goes on. Well, I'm not here to say I told you so. I truly wish that none of these predictions had come true. But the bottom line is, we're now at a critical juncture in America. We're seeing major new problems in our financial system and the start of a new type of crisis. And I promise you, if you think things have gotten bad since the markets began crashing in 2015, believe me, it's going to get much, much worse. I believe there are two big concerns you should have regarding your money and your retirement. Click here to get the facts and learn more.